The entire history of human civilizations, ancient to modern. Human civilization is a tale of ingenuity, perseverance, and transformation, a journey spanning tens of thousands of years from survival-driven tribes to the interconnected global society we see today. In this video, we'll explore the defining milestones that shaped humanity, from the dawn of ancient empires to the challenges and aspirations of our modern age. This is the story of us all, told through the lens of struggle, triumph, and unrelenting curiosity about the world. Our story begins in the distant past, over 10,000 years ago. Early humans lived as nomadic hunter-gatherers, surviving on raw instinct and resourcefulness. Then, seemingly all at once, somewhere in the Fertile Crescent, a fundamental change occurred. Humanity discovered agriculture. With seeds in the ground and domesticated animals by their side, humans transitioned from wandering tribes to settled communities. This was the agricultural revolution, the turning point that marked the birth of civilization. The steady food supply allowed populations to expand, and villages gradually gave way to cities. The river valleys of Mesopotamia, the Nile, the Indus, and the Yellow River became cradles of nascent civilizations. Here, people began to develop new skills, irrigation, trade, and governance that laid the foundation for all future human achievements. In Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization, we see the world's first cities emerge. Sumerians built towering ziggurats and developed the cuneiform writing system, enabling them to record history, laws, and stories for the first time. Hammurabi's Code, one of humanity's earliest legal systems, reflected a society moving toward order and structure. To the west in Egypt, the Nile shaped a kingdom of awe-inspiring monuments. The ancient Egyptians perfected monumental architecture, building pyramids that still whispered the mysteries of eternity. Their mastery of engineering and art embodied the pursuit of legacy that defined many early civilizations. In the east, the Harappan culture of the Indus River flourished with advanced urban planning, while early dynasties in China laid the groundwork for philosophies, such as Confucianism, that would shape governance and social harmony for centuries. These ancient cultures seem to echo a core truth: once humans band together, innovation knows no bounds. Around 500 BCE, a new era dawned, the Classical Era. It was a time of remarkable intellectual and political achievements that would forever impact humanity's trajectory. In Greece, city-states like Athens and Sparta emerged as centers of learning and governance. Philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle asked questions still relevant today: what makes a just society? How should power be wielded? The Greeks also pioneered democracy, forever altering humanity's understanding of leadership and civic responsibility. Meanwhile, the Romans consolidated their influence, rising from a primitive republic to an empire that spanned continents. They built roads that connected people across Europe, advanced legal systems that provided fairness, and monumental architecture that symbolized their enduring power. The Classical Era wasn't limited to Europe. Across the ancient world, interconnected trade routes like the Silk Road exchanged not only spices and products, but also ideas and cultures. The shared knowledge of ancient Asia, Africa, and Europe deepened the bonds of human civilization. Even as Europe plunged into the tumultuous Dark Ages following Rome's collapse, other civilizations thrived. The Islamic Golden Age, centered in Baghdad, became a beacon of scientific, artistic, and intellectual advancement. Scholars translated ancient texts, pioneered fields like algebra and astronomy, and preserved knowledge that might otherwise have been lost. In Africa, great empires like Mali rose to prominence. Cities such as Timbuktu became hubs of trade and intellectual pursuit, where manuscripts were carefully crafted and studied by scholars of the region. Across the Atlantic, pre-Columbian civilizations, such as the Mayans and Aztecs, achieved astounding feats in agriculture, architecture, and astronomy. These societies not only thrived, but paved unique paths toward progress in ways that were remarkably advanced for their time, showcasing the rich diversity of human achievements around the globe. By the 14th century, Europe emerged from the shadows of feudal stagnation with the Renaissance, a rebirth of culture, science, and art inspired by ancient Greek and Roman ideals. Visionaries like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo created masterpieces, while polymaths like Galileo revolutionized humanity's understanding of the cosmos. The printing press, one of history's most consequential inventions, democratized knowledge, enabling ideas to spread far and wide. Soon, explorers like Christopher Columbus and Ferdinand Magellan embarked on voyages to chart new lands, forever altering global history. The age of discovery brought new opportunities and, unfortunately, brought colonialism, exploitation, and the displacement of indigenous peoples. As humanity saw the expansion of exploration, we also began to understand the power of ideas. Nations began competing not only for land, but for cultural and scientific dominance. The Age of Enlightenment in the 17th and 18th centuries transformed the intellectual and political landscape. Philosophers like John Locke and Voltaire championed human rights, liberty, and rational thought, providing the ideological bedrock for revolutions. The American Revolution in 1776 and the French Revolution in 1789 sent shockwaves through the world, toppling monarchies and establishing governments based on Enlightenment ideals. The notion that power could belong to people, not monarchs or empires, radically changed humanity's understanding of governance. Parallel to these political shifts came the Industrial Revolution, a technological upheaval unlike anything earlier humanity had seen. Factories emerged, producing goods on a mass scale. Steam engines powered machinery and transportation. Cities boomed. For better or worse, humanity's dependence on technology began to shape its destiny. The 19th and 20th centuries witnessed humanity ascend to unprecedented heights. Advances in communication, medicine, and engineering drove industrial superpowers into seemingly limitless growth. From electricity to automobiles, from the telephone to space exploration, technology radically reshaped human society. The two world wars, however, served as stark reminders of humanity's capacity for destruction. These conflicts left scars on every continent but also gave rise to global organizations aimed at ensuring peace. Decolonization movements dismantled old empires, allowing nations in Africa, Asia, and the Americas to determine their destinies. As the world grew more interconnected during the digital age, humanity entered a new chapter defined by global trade, cross-cultural exchange, and instantaneous communication. The internet transformed our lives into a web of endless accessibility, both empowering and complicating our shared existence. Today, we stand at a crossroads. On the one hand, humanity has reached unparalleled levels of technological achievement. Artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and renewable energy promise a brighter, more efficient future. On the other hand, we are faced with severe challenges: the specter of climate change, rising inequality, and the ethical dilemmas of innovative technologies. Globalization has made us more connected than ever before, but it has also amplified the fragility of our systems. Natural disasters, pandemics, and political instability in one corner of the world now ripple across the entire planet. As we reflect on the entire history of human civilizations, one truth emerges time and again: humanity has overcome unthinkable odds through cooperation, creativity, and resilience. The story of civilization is a story of adaptation, of finding new ways to survive, thrive, and explore the unknown. Our current challenges demand that same innovative spirit. The lessons of history teach us that progress is never guaranteed, but always possible when individuals and societies come together. Looking toward the future, one question remains: what kind of civilization will we become? Will we learn from our past and rise to meet our challenges? Or will we falter under the weight of short-sightedness? The next chapter of human civilization is unwritten, and we, as a collective species, hold the pen. Let us write a story worth telling, one of unity, hope, and boundless curiosity for the stars above and the earth below. Let us embrace the boldness of those before us and honor the sacrifices that paved the way. This is the history of human civilization, a tale of extraordinary persistence. Where will it take us next? Only time will tell.